guys, and welcome back to another video. So yesterday I finished my week of exams. I had an essay due on the Monday, exam on the Tuesday and exam on the Thursday. Those respective videos will be up on my channel. The essay one's already up and the exam diaries will be up after this one. But today is basically my first day off, and in a couple of days time I go back to teaching. Term 2 starts. So I wanted to use today to basically just have a me day, and whilst I'm basically doing my self-care routine, getting myself looking semi-presentable, because genuinely I've looked like shit for weeks, and whilst I do all of that, I'm going to answer your questions that you sent to me on my Instagram. I'll put like the link here for my Instagram. I always ask for questions on my Instagram, so if you want to follow me, it's here. It's at @ChelseaAngeles_. So first things first, I've just had a bath. Yeah, and I want to steam my face because the acne is in full force. It actually hurts my soul, so I'm going to put the kettle on and do that. Okay, about to steam my face. I'll see you in a minute. Face steamed. I'm going to put a mask on and like a nose strip. That's a bit wonky. Whatever. Basically I'm going to use this like gel mask. I did have a charcoal one somewhere, but I think I left it at home. As in back with my parents, so this is what I'm going to do today. You know, a lot of questions I've been having recently are all about medical school, what I'm thinking of doing after my masters, and basically, yeah, just the general plan for what's going to happen after September when I move out of this flat. And I mean, good question. I feel like I have a vision for what I think I'm gonna do, but like it's 9 months away, who knows? I'm definitely not obviously going to medical school in the next like year or two. Not because I don't want to, more for just I don't want to right now. It's gonna be way too taxing on mentally how I feel. And I just feel like I need a break. Like I've been in higher education for 4 years straight, 2 of which have been through the pandemic. And I feel like even prior to the pandemic, when I was at university, I was very like go, 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 go. Like, as I've said in previous videos, I did like 30 work placements whilst doing my undergrad. So I didn't really have any spare time, and I just feel like that's really catching up to me now, to the point where I'm just constantly burnt out all the time and just super tired. So I'm thinking that like the last thing I want to be doing is just going into more education. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have like a year off, maybe 2 years off, have a gap year. Like loads of people get gap years and I haven't had one, so it kind of makes sense to do that now, like financially, and after the pandemic's over it makes sense to kind of do it once I've got my masters in the bag per se as well. Okay, so I had a brief interlude to get changed. I'm doing my nails. You know, I always think, yeah, I'm gonna have a gap year, but I never really think like, okay, month by month this is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to like look at my bucket list that I made when I was about, I don't know, 16, and be like, what do we want to actually tick off this? Basically just loads of travel, I think. I actually can't paint my toenails. I used to paint my toenails all of the time. Like there would not be a time when my toenails weren't painted, and then it hit like pandemic round 1 way back in like March 2020, and I don't know what it was, but something just clicked in my brain that was like, yeah, I don't want to paint my nails anymore, so I just didn't. And then it just turned into a thing, and I don't think I've painted my toenails since. This is the first time in like almost a year that I've actually been painting my toenails, and I was never good at it in the first place. I'm still not good at it. Half of it is on my actual skin rather than the nail, and I always have this awful habit of like I try and get it off with my hands and then it just goes onto my fingernails. And anyway, what was I saying? Army, yes. Okay, so basically the current update with that is, I feel like this posture is awful. I look back in all my videos, you know, and I'm like, my posture haunts me, and I wonder why I have backache. Like, this is why. But like I can't see and I can't put my glasses on because I've got a face mask on, so I have to get 3 inches away from my foot. I am yet to be attested. My corporal is actually meant to ring me this week coming, so hopefully he'll give me a date. I mean, I was meant to be attested at the start of January, but then I had exams, so I was like, yeah, about that, can we push it a little bit, which thankfully they were very nice about. So yeah, so once I get attested, then I'll get my date for basic training. So for reserves, it's split into 3 sections. So for phase 1, which is your like basic training, you do Alpha and Bravo. Alpha is 7 days, and then Bravo is 16 days. Now, like Alpha, you can split up and do it over, I think it's 4 weekends, but they do it like every other weekend, so it would take you 2 months to do it. Or you can do it just straight off, but I think I'm going to do it straight off because I spoke to the uni about it and they were like, yeah, we'll support you through training, so don't worry. However, I don't really know what that means because obviously if I had to go and do basic like in a couple of weeks, I'm just going to miss classes. It's not like they can give me an extension or anything. So, God, this is so awkward. And then phase 2 as well, no idea where that is. I've heard different things from different people, how long it will be. So that will just be a bit of spice to life whenever we find that out. Once I've done all of that, then basically I'm in and I'll attach with the rifles. And to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to all elements of like training. I feel like there's just things in basic training that are just going to be useful in terms of character development and obviously to learn things. And phase 2 is going to be a whole different kettle of fish in that it's what I'm specialising in, and it's obviously going to be more in terms of training you for a medic. They're going to be very different, but like you're going to learn a lot through both stages. So that's going to be fun. Like I feel like that's going to be a big project for this year really of what I'm going to be doing. Right, I think it's time to take this off. I can't believe I'm doing this on camera. I feel like it's crossing a line. Ow, it actually really hurt. I know it's gross, but like I know I'm not the only one when you do these and you're just like, it's fascinating what comes out. Okay, so now that's all washed off, I'm going to quickly tone my face and dry my hair. Is artificial lighting going to be better than natural? Maybe not. A lot of you kind of picked up on the fact that I was not having fun last term. Because I wasn't really. I was just so tired, burnt out, miserable, and it basically made me just like not enjoy anything that I was studying. And especially over Christmas and exam period, I thought that would be a time where I'd be able to like reset, and it just wasn't. Like my essay took forever, as you probably saw in my essay writing video. You know, I'm literally going gut instinct. I might go straight today. Which I've always wanted to try as well, and I don't think I have the talent to master it in the hair department. Is, you know, that trend where they do like the curl under, you know what I mean? And it's very like retro vibes. Maybe this could work. We'll have some experimentation today, guys. Whereas this term, lovely. I'm in 1 day a week. I got my timetable the other day. I'm literally in just on Tuesdays, which is a bit of a pain because I'm obviously, if I'm gonna have to go to barracks or anything with the army, that's normally on a Tuesday. But classes, basically I have abortion and end of life. Abortion is from 10 till 12, and then end of life is from 5 till 7. It's the 5 till 7 one that I'm a bit like about because it's kind of late. I don't want to be working until 7 in the evening really, because I get up, you know, on a day like where I have loads of classes like that, I'd get up at like 6 AM. So I don't really want to be having a 12-13 hour day literally studying. Hey ho, might have a nap midway. We'll figure it out when the classes actually start. I don't really know how I'm gonna like balance my time yet. I'm thinking, because I've got a 5 hour gap obviously in between the classes, that I might prep for one on Monday, and then I've got my Spanish on Monday too, so it makes it like a study day and I'll be in the mood for it then. And then on Tuesday in that 5 hour gap, prep for the next class. But I haven't looked at the reading list and I don't really know how much work they're each setting, to be honest. So it's hard to know how long it's going to take. I have so much time, that's what I'm telling myself anyway, and I think that it's going to enable me to be able to like do so much more that I want to do. With YouTube, there's so much that I always want to make, and I always have so many ideas, and then they just aren't that feasible because I've got uni, and I really want to be doing more TikToks. Like I know I always get into TikTok, every video that's like this where I'm like chatty, I'm like, yeah, I want to get into TikTok. But I kind of really love TikTok. It's very like freeing, it has to be super creative. But like you need to just be super creative with it, if you know what I mean. Like you can't really half-ass TikTok. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but you know what I mean. Like if you really want to just have fun with it and like treat it as something to enjoy, like you've got to be creative and allow yourself time to be creative. I always think that's like a misconception with YouTube and maybe any creative profession where people think you can just like sit down and do it. And I'm like, it takes a lot to kind of be in the headspace to want to create something. Do you know what? I actually think that's kind of cute. Maybe we've done something here. Maybe we've actually onto something, because I quite like that. Okay, let's see if we can recreate it. Yeah, so now I've got the time. I want to obviously go back to posting 3 times a week, which I've already done when this video comes out. This will come out on the Monday. So you'll guys see that I'm back to Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Maybe throw in some extra ones as well, if I've got the time. And I really do hope that I've got the time. And basically just make way more content, way more Instagrams, way more YouTube, everything, like, because I love it. Oh shit, just burnt myself. I actually really do love YouTube. I've done it for like, this is going to be my 8th year. You know, granted I haven't been doing it every week for 8 years, but I have been making videos for 8 years. And it is what I love. I just want the opportunity to be able to do it more, and now I've got time so I can do it more, which is great, to be honest. Equally, it obviously means for you guys that you're going to be inundated with just videos from me, ramblings like this one about my life. But if on that note, you know, if there's anything you want me to talk about in my life or make videos on that I'm doing, whether it's army or uni or whatever it be, let me know. Now that I've got the time, not only this year, but I'm going to have a gap year obviously the next few years, I just want to use that time to do all the things that make me happy, because I feel like I have this fear. I feel like I've always had this fear, and I've kind of not really acknowledged it, or maybe I've just sort of dealt with it in different ways that I'm going to deal with it now. But I've always had this kind of fear that like I'm going to wake up one day and be 35 and, you know, not really achieved anything and not ticked anything off my bucket list per se of what I want to do. And it'd make me really sad, I think. I think probably the last few years I've spent so much time like doing university and thinking that would like make me happy and get me in a secure position, and granted it has. You know, in the career aspects it has, but has it really made me happy? No. So now I want to do the things that make me happy whilst I'm young and I have the chance and I have no, you know, obligations and responsibility. I want some me time. Well, it doesn't, I was going to say, it gives me Jennifer Aniston vibes in like Friends early days, but it doesn't because it's not quite on that level, but you know what I mean. Oh, gross. Okay, now time for makeup. I genuinely can't remember the last time I actually did makeup. I'm filming today, that's why I'm doing makeup. I wouldn't normally do it. Makeup to stay in the house. That is something I very much grew out of in the first lockdown. I was like, you know what, no one's seeing me. And even if they do see me, they're gonna see me looking, you know, natural. Let's call it natural. I'm gonna say now, please don't judge me for how I do this. I think I probably learned all my makeup tips through like 17 magazine or something. And needless to say, I didn't learn very much. Prior to lockdown, I was the type of person, I feel like, that I'd always look some level of glam. Like, I'd always have hair done, I'd always be in a full face of makeup, and I always like to look nice, and now I actually don't care, which is so freeing. I feel like I've spent so long in my life just getting ready for what? Like, I was the type of person when I was in high school, if someone saw me with no makeup on, I would like shrivel up and die. I used to wear makeup to the gym. I was one of those. So I feel like, yeah, the benefits of lockdown for me have definitely been, I don't really care anymore about how I look, what people think. If someone sees me looking rough, oh, who cares? Like, that would have crushed me a couple of years ago, even probably a year ago. Speaking of pandemic, do you know what's really weird? Obviously I'm in London right now and we're meant to be in a national lockdown, but like, I swear it is busier now than it was when we weren't in a lockdown, especially at the weekends. Like when I went for a run this morning, oh my gosh, like insane amount of people on the Thames Path, insane. And it makes me just be like, do you know what, yeah, I'm gonna go back to running at 6 a.m. because you see like 20 people on my whole route, whereas today it's hundreds. I actually kind of like that we're in lockdown. Having to go to campus, like it's super annoying, I get it, to a lot of people. And like it would be nice, considering I'm gonna do this course for a year, to like, I don't know, maybe have teaching once in person. But at the same time, it saves me like having to not do this shit every day. Or not even that, even if I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get ready, it'd save me money, for starters, getting the tube, and like, cause it takes me like half an hour just to get into campus every single day if I were to be going in. Granted, now I'm obviously only in 1 day a week, but especially last time when we were in quite a lot, I very thankful that we didn't have to go in. One of my big fears when I moved to London for this course was that I wouldn't know anybody, or all the people I know have full-time jobs, so I wouldn't know anybody in the daytimes. I don't know my mates who could see me after 5 p.m. or at weekends and what have you. And I thought, oh, is that going to affect me moving somewhere I literally don't know a soul? But no, surprisingly, I feel like I don't care. I feel like I've coped quite well on my own, considering I literally go days and days and days sometimes, even though I've got housemates, because we're quite all busy. I go days and days and days and days without even speaking to a soul. I don't think it bothers me at all. I did a really, really, really nice, by accident, look, like an eyeshadow look from this palette, and I accidentally did the wrong colour because I was in a rush, and it turned out really nice. At first I was panicked, but I was like, trust the process, and actually it turned out really nice, and I've since been unable to replicate it because I think I put it on too heavy, and I didn't have the same amount of just sheer panic that I did the first time to blend it out, so I haven't really been able to recreate it. Okay, so this is the look. I just feel like lip gloss makes everything look better. So it's time for me to sort my room out. This is the task I've been putting off forever. I don't want to do it. I'm going to share my thoughts on what I've been watching and just indulging recently. So, Bridgerton, first off. I feel like every single person I know who's seen Bridgerton loves it, and I mean obsessed. I don't think I like it. And I think the main reason is the fact that I have been watching Downton Abbey purely because I went onto Amazon Prime and it was like, oh, Downton Abbey leaving Prime like on this day. I think it's the end of January, so if you haven't seen it, watch it. But I've never seen it, so I was like, do you know what, I really want to see the show. I am used to like that version of period drama, and then when I watched Bridgerton, obviously it's so different that it kind of like threw me for six a bit. And also, like, I don't know, I just feel like the overarching theme for me with Bridgerton is peddling to young people that all you really need in life is gossip and a man, and I don't really feel like that is a good message. And I know there's elements in it of like Eloise, for example, where she's like, I want an education but I can't because I'm not a man, which like facts of the time, but I just feel like that's a drop in the ocean in comparison to the whole overarching theme of the show. I mean, I say like they have faults to pick with it, but I literally binged it in a day, so I liked it on some level. I just feel like I wanted something that had a bit more substance, basically. But I guess it's like the genre of the show, like it's not meant to have substance, it's meant to be binge watching, right? Other than that, I said I've been watching Downton Abbey. I am also in the midst of watching This Is Us, but I've put that on pause to watch Downton Abbey before it leaves Amazon. And music wise, I feel like I don't even need to mention Driver's License. Come on, like, oh my god, what a song, right? That's amazing. But also, obviously, in every single one of my videos, I put the songs and things I'm liking, like that week or whenever I was editing that video, in the bio. But songs that I've actually really been liking, I need my phone because I won't remember the notes. Madison Beer's music, I have no words. Baby, Stained Glass, and Boy Shit, great pop music, great. And then I equally have developed a Phil Collins obsession. I don't really want to talk about it, but basically when I was doing my exams, Easy Lover came on shuffle in this playlist that I was listening to on Apple Music, and it sent me on a spiral of just obsessing over Phil Collins. I feel like I'm gonna get hate for this, but unpopular opinion. Okay, Folklore by Taylor Swift, 6 out of 10. Like, there were some good songs on that, but realistically it is in no league the same as Red or even Fearless or Reputation. Like, it's just not the same. I feel like since Lover, I haven't really vibed with the albums the same, if I'm honest. And Evermore, I don't like it. I don't know why. I just feel like it's not my music vibe at all. And the same with Shawn Mendes' new album. Like, as pop music's going right now, I expected that to be pretty on point, and the only song I like on it was Piece of You. The rest were like skip, skip, skip. I feel like a lot of the music that's coming out, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. I'm gonna end this now, otherwise I feel like I'm gonna get hate for my unpopular opinions about what's going on in the music industry right now. Genuinely, that sound haunts my dreams. The sounds of mopeds and motorbikes going past my street all hours of the day. I think it's going to give me some trauma when I move out. Anyway, I hate it so much. I feel like I've talked about so much and so little all at the same time. Like, I've just been talking, and I'm like that as a person. Like, if you just let me talk, I will talk. It's the Gemini within me. So yeah, I feel like this has been a different video. I kind of, I guess, wanted to give an update video and just talk about what's going on. I mean, not much has been going on because I've had exams, but what's gonna be going on. And I didn't really want to just sit down and talk. I kind of wanted to like, one, be productive because I needed to get ready. And also, I guess, just like show that type of video in a different format, i.e. like me getting ready and stuff. So I hope you've liked this video. I don't know if I've liked this video until I watch it back in the edit, but hopefully I do, and hopefully you do too. So I will see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.